did everything he was supposed to. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Old business. Yeah, old business on Boxden, man. I put my username out, man.
Yeah, it's all good.
I think he did exactly what he was supposed to do and what we knew he was going to do if he ever got on the Drink Champs. He told them exactly how that shit. He made it. He told them how he felt, and he made people talk about it. I don't agree with everything he said, but he said it. He said it. He said exactly what he thought. The shit was crazy. I didn't agree with the Big Sean thing.
What he say about Big Sean? He said that nigga sell out or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, here's my thing. I'm glad for BX because I can't watch no whole Kanye interview. I'm glad y'all niggas posted all the clips.
Yeah, I actually watched like all but like 10 minutes of it. I didn't watch the last 10 minutes, but I thought the Big Sean shit was some bullshit just because I won't say too much, but I know a little bit about the situation. Big Sean, I produce music, man. Big Sean was the first industry placement I ever got, bro. It was literally right when Kanye signed this motherfucker. I produced a couple songs on the very first Big Sean mixtape, Finally Famous joint.
So you fuck with Big Sean or no?
Yeah, I do. And I think Big Sean was the most organic signing Kanye ever made because everybody else already had situations. Common was around for 20 years. Tiana Taylor sat on Neptune's label for 10, 12 years before Kanye got it. John Legend was writing songs for labels. Like, to call him a sellout, like, that's the artist you cultivated from the bottom, from the ground up, all the way to a multi-platinum artist that's been here for, like, he signed Big Sean in 2007. He's been around for 14 years. That's your greatest accomplishment as a CEO of an actual record label. Like, everybody else already had situations. Just because he didn't agree with the politics is some dumb shit to call him a sellout. Like,
check this out. You said you produce, right?
Yeah.
Now look, I used to rap. Big Pharma, VLX. Did y'all niggas ever do music or do y'all do music?
No, I got some family members that do produce.
Okay.
And they was close with. I don't know if you mess with a lot of Atlanta producers.
I'm in the A-Town right now. Yeah.
Okay. I'm in Stone Mountain.
That's my hometown. I'm up top in Alpharetta right now, man.
Okay.
Hold on. The reason I'm asking y'all about the music is because of this, man. It's the thing, old business. You know this is facts. If you ever did music or if you produce right now, ain't none of us ever touched the level of success Kanye touched. Facts?
That's true. He's a billionaire.
Then why that nigga got to get on an interview and why do he come off like, if you didn't know who he was, if you wasn't from, had never heard of Kanye and just saw that interview yesterday, wouldn't you feel like that's a hating ass nigga who never made it in music?
That's how he always seemed.
He come off like a hating ass nigga, like I should be mad like he mad. I ain't where he at, but I'm happy with life. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I think he get his feelings hurt. Really. And I think he was more hurt. And that's what I was pulling from. I think him and Big Sean, he was more hurt than anything. And that's why he had them things to say, because they were so close for so long. It was like, you would have stuck me in the back because everybody else did.
But don't you agree? It's okay to feel that way, but why like Big Sean was like, hey man, this nigga ain't never said nothing to me. Why you saying that shit on the interview for the first time if you feel that way?
But if you pay attention,
he had to do that at all.
Say that again.
If you pay attention to what he said in the interview, he said he was okay with the fact that Pusha T voted. He said Pusha T voted for Kamala and Joe Biden, and he was okay with it because Pusha T didn't talk about it in public. He just didn't like the fact that Big Sean talked about who he voted for in public since it wasn't him. So he took it personal because this man said something out loud, while at the same time in that interview talking about how black folks get silenced when they speak out. But you mad, this man, whether you agree with Big Sean's politics or not, that's none of my business.
I feel you. I hear you.
But you can't sit here and say in the interview that black men should be able to speak up and say what they want, and then say you was happy with Pusha T not speaking up about his opinion, but you was mad about Big Sean speaking up.
Yeah.
That shit is,
and you can't be a nigga like Kanye. Here's my thing: how you gonna be a sensitive nigga but you an insensitive nigga?
Exactly. Now that's something totally different. But yeah, I think he was just hurt, like you were saying. But people in glass houses, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to be, if you a sensitive type of person, we know them type of people, but you can't be the type of nigga that you gonna pull up at the drive-thru, cuss everybody out at the McDonald's, and then be mad when somebody inside that bitch be like, nah, nigga, fuck you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he basically do to everybody, all them people he name dropped yesterday. I ain't see the whole interview. I ain't gonna cap, right? I ain't watch it. So I'm just going off the clips, but it just seemed like I'm hating on this motherfucker. I'm hating on this. What you happy about, bro?
That too. The whole interview was just him putting down people. Like, damn, huh? You reached $1 billion. You got the power. If you really want to uplift anybody, you got the power to give somebody a compliment and change their life.
You could drop an oven mitt for a boot, and niggas and that shit sold out like yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
But did y'all feel that nigga probably never gonna be the same Kanye that we like ever again? It just don't seem like he ever gonna be that.
I definitely feel that way. He's, man.
It's a man or what? But man, when I see him, that's like a shell kind of one. You know what I'm saying?
I've been feeling that way since the Watch the Throne album. That's when I started. Not even the Watch the Throne. The Good Music compilation album that had the song Click on it. I've been feeling like, yo, this guy is weird. Yo, homie is all the way gone. Like, I was like, yo, this motherfucker is crazy.
That nigga said, I think he's been gone for a decade.
He all the way gone.
Ever since that album, I've been like, what the fuck kind of shit is he on? Because on the song, on the lead single, Otis for the him song with him and Jay-Z, you know, when Kanye talked about shit before Watch the Throne in that Good Music album, he never talked like he was talking down on people, especially black people. Okay. You know, if you listen to the first album, he said he made jokes about the shit that we do as black folk. Like he said on the intro to the first album, because I used to be a huge Kanye fan as a producer. He's one of my favorite producers.
Of course, you a hater if you gonna act like he ain't. You know what I'm saying? That dude, production wise.
He's an inspiration. And
yeah.
On the intro to his first album,
we got people want to get in.
Jokes about shit like we put kids on our income tax, they come back, da 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 da. But on this album, on Watch the Throne and on the Good Music album, the tone changed. When he said the line, I know it really stuck out to me when he talked about how people ain't getting to travel. You ain't been nowhere, huh? On the Otis song, I was like, when he started to talk about, and it sounded like he was talking about us, like we wasn't.
Bro, you know what Yeezy forgot too? Yeezy forgot, like, I don't care what you niggas say, like, bars and all that shit is cool, and the beats is cool, right, and all that, but what nigga he really forgot, like, is if you really want to be on, it's the old school golden rule, like, you want the women to want you, and you want the men to want to be like you. When women no longer want you, and when men are like, nigga, you not cool, it don't really matter what you talking about, bro.
Yeah. And it don't even sound like it's jamming no more. Man, you know, like his music now sound like, you ever seen the movie with the dude who was in you ever seen dude who was a sidekick in Talladega Nights, John C. Reilly? He got a movie where he plays a guy who's trying to be a country music singer. You seen that movie?
Yeah, Dewey Cox.
Remember towards the end of the movie when he was high on cocaine and he had the band making this long ass song with 50 people, with 500 people working on the song, and it sounded like 20 songs at one time.
Yeah,
that's where Kanye is. Even the last album sound like 7 different songs. Each song sound like 7 songs in one. Like, it just sounds like somebody who's sick and got a bunch of fucking ideas and they trying to force them all to be.
I agree. And here's the cold part: him hating on Just Blaze.
There's no cohesion, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
He used to be so cohesive. All his projects had a flow to them, all that, like a beginning, middle, end, and you can see him trying to block.
He fell off.
In the past 3 years, he's given us Christian rap songs with YNW, Lil Pump, Tekashi, like, bruh, like.
I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit.
All these 50, you can't. You're not gonna see a situation where you got Kurt Franklin, Lil Pump, and YNW Melly doing the music with each other.
How about him saying Just Blaze like stole his style for the blueprint, right? Nigga, if you really feel that way, don't you know that everybody want them beats back? We want that Kanye back. If you really feel like he stole your shit, why don't you start dropping that shit, man? You know what I'm saying?
Show us why you the master of that shit.
Yeah.
If he's supposed to.
Cause I miss that shit, that Dipset shit, them soul samples. You know what I'm saying?
Some people can just never get back, man. Like you want that from them, like you all right, fans. Since I want to derail what we're talking about, but Dom Kennedy, his shit fell off so hard. We like, man, I wish you could go back to that. But he never comes back.
Zoom user, what up, man? You just popped in the room, man. I want to shout you out while you're here. We gonna, if you got anything to say, chime in, man. Man, I know, and niggas is watching, man. We gonna move. Let me ask y'all real quick, bro. Hold on, serious question. It's only like 2 weeks into the season. Is the Warriors a fluke right now? Is the Lakers, is they really that trash right now?
I think the Warriors.
The Warriors might be contenders.
I'm a Warriors fan, bro.
Might be contenders, and I think the Lakers just need to figure that shit out. Man. I don't know if they figure it out in the first year.
The Lakers.
I'm originally from New York. Everybody telling me my team is on some future.
Wait, Knicks?
I'm a Knicks fan.
Oh, y'all got a squad. Y'all got a squad. Yeah.
The Knicks got it out the mud.
Say that again.
The niggas got it out the mud.
The Knicks got it out the mud. I'm gonna tell you what. Everybody's sleeping on the Bulls. I'm a Dubs fan, man. Of course, I'm hoping we go all the way. I'm hoping we legit right now, but you know, we'll wait and see. I know we got some good players that ain't even played yet. That's what make me feel good about our squad. You know what I'm saying? We got James Wiseman in the cut. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Klay Thompson gonna be, but that's the X factor. You know
I think the Warriors. I think everybody underestimating like Poole and a couple of the other young dudes. I think people underestimate them, and that's why a few of them wins they got put on the board.
Yeah.
Because Poole, he's splashing, man. He's like the third splash brother.
He's, man, the other night, I was watching the Warriors game. We played, man, who was that a couple nights ago? It was a close game. It was the Thunder game, right? Which, okay, they had bad. No. This is the Hornets game. They had Steph in the first half only had 5 points. But Poole was the one stepped up. He had a 30-point game. End of the night, I think Steph had 15, man. But so that was Poole that carried them that night. You know what I mean? So he's legit.
A couple of nights though. This is him and Curry always the scoring leaders for Golden State.
Yeah.
That dude got hard. He was scared to throw that thing up.
Yeah, that's right.
I think y'all need to worry about Klay Thompson because his eyes still work. I mean, the motherfucker just need to see the rim. Like,
yeah, it's his defense. Everybody asking.
Spot up Klay Thompson. He's sitting in the corner the whole game, like power forward with the accuracy he got shooting the three. Like,
I can't wait, man. I can't wait, bro.
That's why I'm surprised they haven't brought him back yet and just told his ass not to run around. He just need to see the rim. Like, all you gotta do is, and he's a shooter. Like, some people are like, Klay, I'm worried about Klay. Yeah, he might not move around as much, but his eyes still work.
Man, after the KD shit, I bet he ready now. But after the KD shit, they like, nah, we gonna give you another 3 months after you're ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it's that, and like we were saying about the young dude, I think that they keeping him away so the young dudes can get more footing and get more used to what's going on. Because when it's Klay and Steph, them gonna be the only two with the ball if he come back to and the young people.
I'm gonna let Tony in. And if you right about that, hold on. If you 6-1, why rush him back? You know what I'm saying? If it's working right now, ain't no need, man. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Tone?
You don't even gotta watch. You don't even need him to come back before the All-Star break. I mean, let him rest.
But I mean, right now while it's working, it ain't no need to rush any. But same thing with Wiseman. I know they say he already cleared for practice, but it's like, you know what, we good right now. Let's let you get it in. Maybe even let you go handle the G League for a couple games. But yeah. But the Knicks, I ain't gonna let the Dubs be. Y'all can feel free to chime in on anything, man. I know it's a lot of shit out there. Kyrie, Ben Simmons, man, Aaron Rodgers, Odell, Henry Ruggs, man, my Raiders. It's a lot going on, man. So y'all can feel free to chime in.
Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
That Henry Ruggs situation.
Of course, rest in peace to that woman, man. But I do feel bad for the dude, because I ain't gonna lie and say I ain't never drunk drove, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just lucky that it ain't in that way, you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't do it again, you know what I mean?
I feel bad for the lady and her family, but I also feel bad for his family. Because, you know, when you get money, there's a whole lot of people around you that you take care of. There's a whole lot of people that, you know, whose life changes. And he didn't just fuck up his football career. He didn't just fuck up his situation. You know, his mama, if he got sisters and brothers, if he got nieces and nephews, people
everybody
whose life should be changing for the better. That shit is on hold. You know, that's something else to think about. Like, he fucked up a whole lot of people's lives. He fucked up her family and her life. He fucked up everybody's lives that depend on him. Like, there's a lot of motherfuckers that depend on me right now. If I was to go today, you die wondering what's going to happen to the people you take care of.
now multiply that by $100 million or some shit like that.
Yeah, and I ain't got that kind of money, but damn, homie, like, when you have that, you know, I remember when Pac-Man Jones used to be in the news for getting in trouble every week, and the team gave him a driver, a security guard. They wouldn't let him touch shit. Like, there's too many ways for you to get home drunk on alcohol in 2020.
Man, yeah.
Driving the car 150.
And I've been to Vegas, bro. I done been to Vegas. Vegas is this fucking big, bro. Like,
yeah.
it ain't like LA or some shit where it's like, man, I didn't want to Uber 30 miles. It's like, nigga, Vegas is like fucking 8 miles. I swear to God, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I just didn't see that much of it. But Vegas felt like this big, bro.
It's a pocket right there in Nevada, so it is only so big. And this motherfucker tried to drive the whole thing in 5 seconds while drunk. Like,
Man, so I don't know, man. I really do feel bad for them. And then you know what the theme is for me though? With all them niggas in the news, it's like they throwing away money, bro, that any of us will die to get, bro. Like, niggas will kill you to fucking get this type of money. These niggas are just like Deshaun Jackson, Odell Beckham, you know what I'm saying? Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons. What the fuck is wrong with niggas, man?
I think the Ben Simmons situation is some of the dumbest shit I ever seen. Because it's the NBA player who just don't want to learn how to. Like, you in the NBA making millions of dollars. Motherfucker, get a shooting coach. Shoot. I'm a Knicks fan, so I don't fuck with the 76ers. But I remember them 76ers fans telling me he was going to be all right. He didn't have to learn how to shoot. Now look at you.
He even weaker than that, man. It's like you can be a bad shooter, like, you know, they come and go out the league, but for you to be a nigga who, like, the route he taking right now is an L. We joke all the time with the take this L.
Yeah.
This is an L, bro.
Niggas be different though. He ain't from here. One of those. Like,
yeah, he built real
how,
different.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't got like regular niggas around him telling him shit. He from Australia.
Like, they
need to.
Go ahead.
They need to put his ass in them parks in New York. They need to let him go play some street ball and let him. Because you can't run around like that with them niggas out there. They're going to put you on. You're going to have to learn how to shoot. You're going to have to learn how to be.
Bro, he would get laughed out of my LA Fitness with them free throws.
That's what I'm saying. He like homeboy said, he ain't from here. He ain't never had to, you know, like.
Built different.
You see motherfuckers like KD and Kobe, they went to the park and balled out with the street cats and knew how to move around the game.
Lou Williams.
Yeah, they had to learn how to play the game at different levels. This guy is somebody who was sheltered his whole life, and then they just gave it to him. And even when Doc Rivers was making excuses for him, I'm like, yo, if you don't put this bitch ass nigga in traffic and practice and tell him he can't come out unless he learn how to shoot or elevate in other categories like defense and so on. Like, he's gonna have to contribute something at an all-star level if you want him to be paid like that.
And how would you not just be like, hey, let me just go out and ball and I get traded where I want to go?
Yeah.
Or anywhere. I just go out and ball. Let me just go out and ball. He didn't even have to come out and do a great job. He just had to come out and like be a team player. He would have been on another team by now.
That's the thing. He can shoot from like what's his range? Like 14 feet?
I have no idea. I do not watch.
Like 14. I think he can get one out from like 14 feet, right? Like,
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
go further out. Like, just be happy with what you got. What's his average? Like 16 points a game. They want to do 24, maybe 22.
But
I think they should have just been happy with what they have.
Nah. But when you saw that Hawks game though, when it got to the point that you're scared to get fouled because you know you can't hit a free throw.
That was unreal. Like, that was unseen.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen no shit like that.
Look, man, I watched Draymond Green jack up threes. Like, look, he's like, I gotta shoot this shot sometime.
Yeah.
You a ball handling three forward who don't want to shoot free throws. If you want the fucking ball all the time, learn how to get the 3 points. You know what I mean? If you want the ball, then learn how to get the 3 points at least, my nigga. Like, You gonna be dribbling. You want to dribble around for
Hey, hold up.
seconds of the 24-second shot clock.
Hey,
but
look.
You don't want to shoot a free throw if you get fouled.
At 9:25, this meeting is gonna automatically end. So if y'all want to keep it going, y'all need to copy that link I put in the chat, or you can, and then you can open it. I'm gonna have another meeting that's already ready to go.
Okay. I enjoyed it.
But yeah, let me let this dude in. But yeah, man. But Ben Simmons is, I can't even respect that shit, man. I don't know about, I ain't assuming nothing about nobody, but I really did come from fucking slavery. Like my ancestors was really out here in Georgia in the fucking fields. And I'm like, for me to look at a nigga throwing away $360,000 a night, no respect. None.
$350,000 a night. That's more than some people's families get, man. Like,
bro. It's some dudes like gonna work their ass off supporting their family, and they're gonna make that much in about 10 years total.
Yeah. And that's one night of his life.
You know what I'm saying? What's going on, all the new users? Hey, everybody feel free to chime in on anything you want. I don't really control this. I'm just kind of the host, but Rodney T, anything that's on y'all mind, we talking about sports and shit, but we can move it to hip hop, whatever, women, whatever, man. So it's on y'all, man. But we were just talking about Ben Simmons and him throwing away all this cash, way he is.
So I'm gonna go back to away from Ben Simmons. We were talking about flukes. How y'all feel about the Hawks?
Oh, the Hawks, man. You know what, man? What's their record right now? They got like 3 losses.
Something like that. Yeah.
I feel like they're the wild card.
They, for the most part, they showing energy that they don't typically have. I mean, they had some last year for sure, but I don't know.
The East is wide open, really.
You just know how fluky all the teams can be from time to time. You know what I mean? They can get you built up real quick.
I feel like the East is wide open. There ain't no reason they couldn't be the ones.
I think the Hawks just need the owner to keep investing. One of the problems y'all have with Atlanta sports is all the way back to Brett Favre, Deion Sanders. And remember at the end of last season, after they put us out the playoffs last season, the Knicks, they started talking about contracts because your owners don't pay motherfuckers to keep them. But he kept the team together good. He just got to keep investing in the team and keep adding pieces, and they'll be there in a few years. But it's going to fall on the ownership, the same way the Braves just did. It's going to fall on the ownership. Do they want to keep investing in the team and trying to give them a chance?
And kind of Kyrie is kind of like the X factor for like the East right now. Because if he sit out the whole year or half the year and then pop up healthy as fuck in February, you see what I'm saying? That's dangerous too. You know what I mean? If he just pop up and decide, I am going to get vaxxed, I'm going to go ahead and play. And now you got healthy Kyrie joining the Nets team that already ain't losing games. Just like the Warriors with Clay out there, he's kind of that X factor. Like, he could come and just change the whole game. But so him not coming back, I feel like, is the Hawks' path to having it wide open like last year. If Kyrie come back, it's the Nets.
But you know what, though, man? I think Kyrie gonna mess around and be out too long because Harden's starting to shake back up now too, right?
Yep.
So they gonna mess around and he gonna be gone too long. And they're going to be like, we might not really need you.
You saying he can't turn it off? Hey, y'all going to have to copy that link. I think this meeting going to end in a second.
I got you.
I'm going to go ahead and actually start it now so y'all can pop in.
Recording in progress.
Yerp. Yeah, this shit is live. And then I need to put that link in BX. Yeah, we better get old business in. Yo. Alright. I'm about to post a new link in the chat real quick. That's what's up, man.
Posted on the forum too. They was just asking if it was over. Some kid did.
Yeah, I'm about to post it right now. New link.
He
Yo.
asked this question if old rappers is living off their old album cred.
Yeah, somebody sent me that topic and I was like, that is a good one. You know what I'm saying?
It's true, man. It's true. Damn, that's a good question because it's true.
Any rappers in particular come to mind when you think of that?
All of them, but man, they use it as a calling card, bro. Like,
I'll tell you one. I'll give you a real one.
oh,
Jay-Z.
yeah, man, it's time to go. You got all the money and you won, bro. Go, leave us alone. Like, I'm 36 years old, bro. Jay-Z, I've known who Jay-Z was since I was fucking 9 or 10 years old. Like, when he gonna learn to leave us alone and let us live without his ass? Like,
and I ain't even talking about me. Like, my time is come and gone. I can accept it, right? It's like, but I just feel like it's only so many spots in the game, man. And it ain't just niggas like Jigga, but these motherfuckers just be holding on to the like little few spots it is. They don't want to let nobody in. It's like, bro, you had your time. You've done everything you can fucking do. You know what I'm saying? Get out the way for whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, not even me.
And he that's when you see people he signed like J. Cole, who damn near. Remember when motherfuckers on Boxden used to have the challenge if you could find a picture of J. Cole and Jay-Z in the. Remember that used to be a thing every day for like 10 years.
That's right.
It was like, I bet you can't find them two in the picture together.
That's right, man. And now,
you know.
No, go ahead. I'm about to let this new.
I was gonna say, but it's like you're saying, like he occupies a space that's so big, and it's like, homie, like put people on. You got the money. He has the money to touch anybody and make them a superstar.
Yeah.
And instead, it's like it seemed like him and Beyonce pop up whenever somebody else about to be hot and just fuck up their whole campaign. Like
they always, you know what they do? Well, I used to call Drake this. He still do it. Let me let this cat in. What up, Lex? What up, everybody? That nigga Drake, man, he good for stealing some of your shine. Like when you hotter than hot, he'll come and wrap his arm around you and like absorb some of your warmth and like steal your shine, bro. Who is it right now? He did it with Dirt. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You can go on and know whoever is the hottest person right now, even if it's the fat nigga who going up on a Tuesday, even if it's a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
McConaughey.
Yeah.
He'll still be like, let me get my arm around him while he hot. And then, you know what I'm saying?
Block Boy JB.
That's the biggest one, Block Boy. Like, I still want to know what happened to Block Boy. He still even making music.
Right. Like,
he on the block,
he
boy.
Was hot himself. He was hot.
He had that song and Drake stole all this. I thought it was a Drake song for like the first 4 months.
Oh, yeah. That was like, that's Drake featuring.
Two Drake features?
Huh?
Oh, I'm talking about the one they used to play on radios all the time, where Drake rapped like the first 3 minutes of the song and do his own hook. Like, that was Drake with Block Boy. It sounded like Block Boy JB looped the beat back and did a mixtape remix. That's how that shit sounded like, and it was Drake's old song or some shit. Like,
but
I was happy to see him. You know, you happy to see homie get the big feature and shit. Probably did a lot for him, but damn, what happened? Like you said, where he go?
I got a question, man. Speaking of Drake, you know, everybody be quick to get on BX and be like, this album is trash or that album is that. But like after now, with like 2 months to soak in, just my opinion, the Drake album is way better than the Donda. Like I still actually hooping shit to some of the songs off the Drake album. Donda came and went for me. I don't know about y'all.
I mean, both some mid, honestly. But I mean, I don't know. The Drake album, I gave it time to sink in. I think I was painting a room in my house, and I just let it just loop. I just let the album loop. So I heard it like 5 times in a row. I was like, man, that shit boring. I haven't gone back to it since the day it came
out.
Said
I was painting a room.
You was painting to the Drake album.
Exactly.
That sound very elegant.
Wait, when you say paint, I mean, yeah, if you would have said you was painting a painting, I would have been like, that's cool. This nigga's painting a room. That'll make me hate an album right there, man. Like, let me fucking paint. Let me, you know what I'm saying, cut the grass. Well, I can listen. I'll turn up cutting the grass too. That'd be all right. Okay.
I agree the Drake album was boring, but it was. I think it was better than the Kanye. I went to both of them free things he had at the stadium here in Atlanta, bro. I went to, like, we what are them songs about? You know what I mean? Like, what is that shit about?
Yeah.
It feel like you're reading a book that's talking about 10 different things that I don't know if I'm supposed to be like thinking some gangster shit to the album, feeling some emotional shit, or
supposed to put my baby to sleep to this shit, or go to pray.
Like, what is that shit about?
You want to pray?
I listen to that Donda album and I'd be like, everybody on this bitch talking about some totally different shit. And everybody on
because you know what? He was like, hey, yo, Tone, Zoom user, VLX, and Old Business. He was like, why don't y'all go ahead and this is all separate emails. He was like, just email me a verse. And the nigga was like, yo, what's the song about? Yo, man, just send me a verse.
Just send me a verse. Fuck it.
I got syrup on my pancakes.
Can I still cuss?
Yeah, can I?
Yeah, go ahead and cuss. That nigga bleep all that shit.
No cursing. I told you it was no cursing. Then he bipolar with it. What he told you and shit. I told you no cursing, nigga. No, you didn't. Fuck that nigga. He a snake.
I think it's a problem when you can listen to a Kanye album and then you listen to the whole Kanye album and walk away like Fivio might have had the best verse. That's a problem. Like, that should never happen when you listen to a Ye album, right? Like, you shouldn't be like, damn, Fivio killed that shit, and you really don't. Do people like Kanye verses on that album? Do people? I never hear people talk about.
I like Kanye's verses on that album.
I respect you for saying that.
I like Kanye's verses on that album. I actually think it's a pretty good album.
And I can respect that. And I haven't even listened to it all the way through. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel like Kanye is the worst part of the album.
Damn.
He is.
Like,
damn.
I feel like this the music he been like really wanting to make for a long time. I feel, you know, he talked about a lot. I feel like personally, but I don't know. I just been a Kanye fan for a minute though. You know.
Kanye's one of my favorite musicians, and I'm a old school, like I'm a Kanye super fan, bro. But like, I didn't feel the album. Like, I'm not a Kanye hater at all, bro. I'm
a Kanye hater. I'm a Kanye hater, man. All that shit, all that Trump shit.
I didn't like that album, bro. He's up there for me.
He's a weirdo too. He a weirdo too. Like, if this nigga wasn't who he was and he came around you, even if he is who he is and he came around me with that shit, I'd be like, bro, why is you wearing a mask right now, bro? Can you chill? Like, you a weird ass nigga, bro.
He the nerd, but he's the nerd. He's always been the nerd that hung with the cool people.
Which is cool. It's always a lane for that, but he passed that, bro.
If you from the hood, it was always that one nigga who actually had a computer at home that could burn albums and shit.
Oh yeah, that was me.
Nobody else had that, and he had all the video games, right? He's that guy. He's that guy from your neighborhood where everybody else was tough and shit, but that one motherfucker was like, yeah, I just burned some CDs, and you was like, what, nigga? Like, he's that guy.
I think his meds are off, man. I mean, honestly, I ain't trying to be funny, and I think his meds are off. I think ever since like after graduation, like he started trying to like assemble records. That's when he started pulling in all these different people with all these different sounds.
Yeah.
Like he got John Bryan.
That Life of Pablo album is when he started doing that.
And he started dealing with pop artists and stuff, and he was trying to put puzzles together. He got real good at it at one time, right? And then
you fell out there.
He started having mental health issues and stuff. He's trying to get back to that point, but it just is not working anymore. He can't get back to where he was.
But check it out. Wasn't he always weird and different? I mean, when everybody else had on jerseys, he had a cardigan over a button-down polo.
But that's cool. It's cool to be an individual.
That's cool.
But it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But
it's cool now. It's cool now.
I'm not saying whether or not it's cool. I'm saying it was different. maybe the different shit he on right now just ain't the cool different shit. But he was on some
See,
cool different shit. He always been different.
You know what? I could be different all I want, but if I come in here, we do this thing today, right? And then I get on BX tomorrow, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck Tone. And I ain't gonna have none of the courage to say none of this to you. Man, fuck Tone. I feel this way about him. Fuck Zoom user. Fuck old business. It's like, bro, that's bitch shit, man.
But I think it's the medicine, man. I think his medicine levels.
I agree.
Yeah, that probably do got something to do with the medicine.
Yeah,
right there.
Kanye ain't never had a problem speaking his mind to nobody.
Mental health.
He ain't have to wait to do it.
I mean, he the dude who rushed the stage at multiple award shows and shit. Like he's always been what the fuck, like. And he's never been a tough guy. He's always been a bitch, but he's been cool. He's been dope and legendary. He's always, I mean, it's the same dude who Beanie Siegel had to hold like a baby by his shirt when some shit went down and he had to save him from the story he told. Like,
yeah,
he's always been a bitch ass nigga, but he's been cool as shit. And he always been.
Hey, Kanye, I hope you see this, Kanye.
The motherfucker showed up to the Grammys with, or either the Oscars, whichever one, dressed like an idiot with Amber Rose with a Henny bottle in his hand, and they was chugging that bitch. Like, it's always been a little what the fuck.
The Henny bottle was legendary. That was legendary. That was real nigga shit.
It was cool, crazy shit. If you got a crazy uncle, he gonna do some cool, crazy ass shit. Then he gonna do some shit that'll have you like, what the fuck?
Yo, that ain't cool. Yeah.
Hold on, bro. You gotta leave a barbecue. Like that's what's happening.
That's right.
This is when Uncle go too far. Like
yeah.
Kill the vibes.
Yeah.
I don't attribute it to the medicine. I think he just stopped doing cool, different, dumb shit.
Bro, you can say what you want, but like, and people talk all this shit, but like, the real issue is people get around him, and whoever they are, he got the power to change their life, and they know that. And it keep you from checking him. It keep people from saying what need to be said in the room. If I come around y'all acting crazy, you either gonna dismiss me from the room, or you gonna dismiss yourself, or worse might happen, right? Niggas might come to hands. But with him, you know he can change your life, so you like, man, I don't want to tell this nigga that he sound fucking crazy right now.
He does. He sound like he's surrounded by yes men. I feel like some of them people I feel like some of them names he dropped and dissed on that Drink Champs were people who had the nerve to tell him he was wrong, and that's why, you know, like.
And whether that's telling you a song like a song, or whether that's telling you, yo, bro, chill, you ain't got to talk to them that waiter like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, chill, bro. And he's like, what?
The music has never been something that suffered, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, the music, no matter what he was doing, the music was always on point, and that's why you dealt with all that other shit.
Good point.
Good point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good point.
He ain't even got that no more. So it's like,
that's a great point.
Do I keep checking for you? You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's like Dom Kennedy. You keep checking for it, hoping he's gonna return the form. Because it used to be so good.
It's like
I can't deal with this shit.
Hey, it's like Odell, right? Nobody when he was making one-handed catches in the Super Bowl and shit or whatever, nobody really had an issue with him being a diva. But once he kind of fell off, same with the Browns, they're like, you know what, man, you can walk, bro. You ain't even balling like that no more. You don't even
see the shampoo commercials no more.
You don't even see the dance videos and
shit. They got Troy Polamalu in a new commercial where he working at like the Lowe's or some shit right now. Like they really did go back.
Yeah.
I told my wife, like, I ain't seen this blonde haired nigga on TV in the commercial. Like, where them commercials go? Like,
people tolerate it for so long, man. You know what I'm saying? Same with Ben Simmons right now. People, you know, he like, if you was hitting them threes and all them free throws or whatever, niggas might have a little more leash for you to be like, well, let's talk. Right now, they looking at you disrespectful, man. You know what I'm saying?
At least the free throws. They losing games because you ain't shooting free throws, bro. Like,
so this is the thing with Ben Simmons. I feel like, man, he just hadn't grown. He's still the same Ben Simmons he always was. He just didn't grow.
Yeah, that's right. He was good. That was good enough as a rookie. It's like Wiseman last year, right? Nobody expected you to do shit. It's okay, but that's not okay in your fourth and fifth year. It's not. And then when you're making $30 million on top of that, then it's just like wrong.
And you absolutely right about Ben Simmons not growing, because it really looked bad next to somebody like Embiid, and this motherfucker is playing like old school center. Like he's not only playing center, but he's also talking shit to niggas in the press on other teams.
Yeah.
It feel like we watching Charles Oakley and big ass dumb motherfuckers like Charles Barkley when he was cool, when he was good and shit. Like talk shit about a nigga after whooping his ass in the game. Dunk on him up like when Shaq used to dunk on niggas and push them on the ground and shit. Like
okay. Hey, and go back and watch Embiid rookie year, right? He wasn't hitting no threes back then. He worked on that, Jay.
Yeah.
Embiid wasn't hitting no threes. Am I lying?
You're not lying. He worked on his jumper, but he worked on that mid game. He worked on posting. Like he's growing, and Ben Simmons is stagnant. So it do look like damn. Like it looked extra bad.
He's trash.
It should have been like.
I think the illest thing with Bill Simmons. Oh, I said Bill Simmons. With Ben Simmons, the illest shit with Ben Simmons to me is you always see these videos in the off season, and he's shooting all these jump shots. Then it's game time, and son just freeze up like every time.
He never get into the real game and press X ever.
Bro.
He shook.
I swear I was Ben Simmons in real life. Like that was me. Like I could hit every shot in practice, but he don't even take the shot. That's what killed me. You can miss it. Niggas won't hate you, but take the shot, bro. You've been practicing on TikToks.
You need to be driving to the goal every time, so you have a much greater chance of hitting that shit.
Sometimes you don't even do that. They had that one possession in that series against Atlanta.
Yep.
He right underneath the basket with Trae Young on him.
He
Trae Young like 6'1", 180 pounds. He's supposed to flush on this dude.
Yep. Fact.
You can't pass that up.
I mean, and if you won't take that shot, I don't want you on my team. Doc Rivers couldn't say that, but I don't want you on my team if you can't take that shot, man. Bye.
The thing too, though, I ain't like how they was publicly scolding this nigga and they was on his
Yeah, they was wrong.
That was kind of messed up. Cause y'all a team.
They was wrong.
They was scolding him for sure behind closed doors, but that shit should never leak out.
But he a hiding ass nigga. You can't tell him shit. He the type of nigga that's a runner, bro. He probably lost that game, got on the plane, went to the deep woods of Australia and shit. They like, bro, we can't even talk to you, tell you trash, bro. He like, what, mate? Get his ass out of here, bro. He a weak ass nigga. I'm sorry, bro. No time for Ben Simmons, man.
He want the ball in his hands all the time, and you won't make the free shots. Like, that's just the most bewildering shit ever.
Yeah, at least work on that. You ain't gotta have a 3-pointer. Work on the 3 points,
my nigga.
Nothing scared me more when they was like, he might come to the Warriors. I was like, oh, hold on, no, don't do that.
You want to dribble this motherfucker for as long as James Harden, but you don't want to do the second part, which is when you get hit. Get the 3 points. Like
that man got to go see a sports psychiatrist or something like that. I think it's a mental block.
Yeah,
it is.
It definitely is. Then whoever that was, I just tried to let you in.
He just didn't want the responsibility.
Yo, he did not. I'm like, bro, you gotta dunk on Trae Young. You got this man in the restricted zone. At the very least, you going to the free throw line if you foul you.
Hey, question, y'all.
Trae Young on.
Question, because you sound like you from up north, man. I'm just asking. I'm not assuming you're a Nets fan, but assuming
no, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm watching the Knicks right now as we speak.
Knicks fan.
Hey, hold on. Who y'all playing tonight? Who the Knicks play tonight? Who y'all playing?
Milwaukee. Playing Milwaukee.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Now it's 98-90.
I got my okay.
Minutes left in the fall.
Ooh, hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to. Okay, this shit gonna end in a minute anyway. Man, cause I told y'all that tonight the Dubs play at 10, so this shit ends at 10 tonight. But y'all can start another link if y'all want to. But hold on. I was asking that to say, like, assuming Kyrie don't play, what do y'all have the Nets doing? Assuming they just got who they got right now, that's who they going to battle with.
They come out of top 4 in the East no matter what.
I don't know. To be real with you, and this is just my observation of watching the Nets, it don't even really matter if Kyrie comes back. Offensively, they're good. In the games that they've lost, they've outshot the other team.
Right.
They've been far more efficient. The issue with the Nets has been the glass.
Okay, rebounds.
When they play Indiana, when they play Milwaukee in the season opening, like first half, they was up. I mean, they were down by like 12, but they were out shooting Milwaukee like 54% to like 45 or something like that. But they were just getting killed because of second chance points. Milwaukee had like 14 more attempts or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That's the
you
problem
know
with
what?
the
Yeah,
Nets.
and I mean they kind of remind me of I see them. I'm scared of them, man. I'm scared of, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that they like kind of fall off at some point because Kevin Durant is like
Bro.
automatic at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, unless this nigga Kyrie turned into Dennis Rodman, he ain't gonna really make too much of a difference. Like that's what they need.
They need
It's gonna come
defense.
down-
You ain't wrong.
It's gonna come down if them old ass tall niggas on the team can do something
Exactly.
and if they gonna be healthy and they.
But not only
LMA?
that, they front court is kind of getting up there in age. Some of these dudes is like injury riddled, and then not only that, they just not really that big. Like Paul Millsap, like 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah.
Damn, LA,
Blake Griffin, like 6'8".
And
You know
he's
what I'm saying?
so
Like, the tallest big
streaky.
they got on their team right now is like LaMarcus Aldridge, and this nigga's just coming back from like having like a heart ailment or something like that.
And he playing better. He playing better than half the squad right now.
He's shooting well, but he only averaged like 7 rebounds for his career. Like that's
Yeah.
where they really need to get tough at
And-
on the
Have
board.
have they had a game yet where a big man on the team has had more rebounds than Kevin Durant or James Harden?
I don't even believe, bro.
Nothing
Right
I can
now,
recall.
Because both James Harden and Kevin Durant had 10 rebounds tonight. They both hit 10 tonight, but everybody
Not
else
that
is
I can
like
recall.
3, 4. What I'm getting at is when they get in the playoffs and gotta play somebody like Joel Embiid.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I get
that
exactly
shit
where
is
you're
gonna
going.
That shit is gonna be ugly. Like
Not even just Joel, because they also got Drummond on
Drummond.
Philadelphia too.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Pan-
I think they were fine with that trade off though, man, because they produce so much offense that they're not getting those rebounds really don't matter to them. Because when they were there, they
It
had
does
some-
matter though. It does
You think
matter.
so?
Because,
that's the difference right
because
now.
it controls the game. I'm telling you, when I was watching that Milwaukee game in the season opener, when they lost by like what 17, 20, something like that.
They got
They
roasted.
shot way more efficiently than Milwaukee did, but Milwaukee got way more attempts. They was getting like second and third, fourth
Second,
chance
third chance
points. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like their defense is not bad, but here's the thing about defense: the possession ain't over until you secure the rebound. You can make niggas miss all day long, but if you can't secure the board, it don't matter.
And you know what else? I see their offense a lot. Like it's cool. They kind of got like emotion. They think they got emotion offense, but what I see is every time when they come down to crunch time, they still going back to Kevin and James Harden isos, right? And it's back to dribbling the ball and everybody standing around, and that shit ain't flying in the playoffs. I'm telling you.
And the offense could be as fire and flashy as they want it to be, but it's a reason Mike D'Antoni ain't got a ring. Like,
Ooh.
you know what I mean? There's a reason Mike D'Antoni ain't got a ring.
That's
Mike
why,
D'Antoni teams will score 120 points, but the defense will give up more than that. Like, they can be fire on offense and it look good, but defense, like when they get to playing somebody that's snatching that motherfucker down and they got a body with them,
Exactly.
it don't matter.
Hey, the Knicks
Because
right
their whole
now.
game is transition. Their whole thing is predicated around transition.
Yeah.
And
They
in order
did
to
last
run in
year.
transition, you got to get the ball.
Get the rebound.
man.
Last
Like,
year they big was who? Deontay Jordan and who else? I mean,
They had Blake Griffin and DeAndre, didn't they?
yeah,
They got like the ghost of great Blake Griffin.
The ghost
Hey,
of
hold on.
Blake Griffin.
Hold on.
Blake
Knicks,
is still solid offensively, but just again, it's just like on the boards. It's like
and you know what else? You
Drummond,
can't
you
rely
go
on
up
Blake
against
every night.
Embiid, You play Indiana. You going up against like Miles Turner. Like, it's tough.
Turner, oh.
I forgot about him. Hold on.
It's tough.
Your Knicks right now are killing the Bucks. Is Giannis playing
Yeah.
tonight?
Yeah, Giannis on the floor right now.
So y'all shut him down, or is he's going off and everybody else kind of got shut down? What's Giannis doing tonight? What's his numbers looking like?
He got 20 something.
Oh,
He
okay.
got
25 points.
He all right. Yeah, he did his thing.
The Knicks clamped up on defense this
Yeah.
half. That's what it was. The first half, their defense was trash.
Yeah, y'all just need to
Grayson
finish
Allen
strong.
was going off in the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Grayson Allen got 22 points.
Ooh,
He
damn,
was going
17.
off.
Yeah, y'all got that one, man. Y'all cooked
they
their
had,
ass.
they had a 38-point quarter against us to kick the game off. That shit is crazy.
Prediction: Odell comes to my Raiders. I mean, there's no
That's a
other.
nice pickup for them.
It's no reason not to. I mean, they think it's 2 million. It's gonna be less. It's gonna be almost what they was the same. What they were paying a second year Ruggs on a rookie deal. So I think Odell comes to the Raiders, man. I hope he don't go to Tampa Bay.
That's a nice pickup for him.
I think the Packers gonna make a strong play for him to try to convince Aaron Rodgers to stay.
If he go there, I would hate to see that because that's gonna be nasty.
Remember, one of the things Aaron Rodgers was mad about was that they drafted the quarterback instead of
that's right,
help.
Jordan
Now
Love.
they're like, we getting you help. You know what I mean? Like,
Don't try to give me help now, old sick. He ain't even playing. He got to get his story straight, man.
But I think Odell go like, mate. What about the Chargers with Justin Herbert? I don't think that's bad.
As a Raiders fan, fuck the Chargers. Okay.
ESPN had what's the name ranked towards the top as far as destinations for him.
Saints.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
Saints.
And I would have saw that if they didn't lose their QB.
They had the Saints and the Raiders like near the top.
Yeah.
And then they were also talking about how like a sleeper destination would actually be him coming back to the Giants.
Look, man.
Yeah.
Look, seriously, if you're a free agent receiver right now, you got your choice. We talking about Carr or Taysom Hill. That's the real choice because it ain't the team you picking. You thinking as a receiver, the quarterback throwing me the ball. Taysom Hill's their quarterback right now. Who they got if Jameis Winston's out?
They didn't even have Taysom Hill playing last game. They had somebody else playing.
Who's even their guy right now without knowing no Jameis?
But
it's not Taysom Hill. It's somebody else.
Who is
I can't remember.
That's what I'm saying. You can't even name the quarterback.
That's going to play into his decision because he part of the problem now is the quarterback can't get him the ball, so he's gonna go somewhere with somebody that can paint it on his ass.
That's right. So
that's
why would I go?
When people are saying people like Aaron Rodgers, I don't believe that. I said that I don't totally believe it, but that is a motherfucker that can get him the ball like he wanted. He gonna want to get somebody that's gonna make him a target instead of him just being on the field. That's one of the reasons he's mad.
But then the question is still going to be, is Odell? Like, I want him to come to my Raiders, but then I'm like, is he going to magically be that nigga that he was on the Giants, or is he?
I just did a quick search. They got what's in there right now starting for the Saints. Trevor Simmons.
Boo. Yeah, come on, the Raider Nation. You want a quarterback that ain't going to be dancing all in the videos? He definitely. Trevor Simeon. I believe he's thrown more interceptions than touchdowns in his career.
I don't know about the rate.
I'll say this as far as like Odell is concerned. He don't look washed up to me because I was looking at the compilation where they had.
I saw that too.
Just Baker was just missing him. He's wide open. He's missing him.
Good point. You know what? I did see that video.
That's why I said he's gonna want to go. Wherever he gonna go is gonna be a quarterback that's capable. Like,
hey, fair warning, this shit's about to. I think it's gonna cut off in a minute or two. Like, so when it does, appreciate y'all niggas being part of the first BX podcast, man. Probably gonna try to run this bitch back, man. There's gonna be more people joining this shit. So definitely, man.
I join up.
Cool, I appreciate it.
And Aunt McQueen, man, I fuck with your music, man. I be checking your beats out and stuff, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Hey, post the link in this thread, Aunt, because I ain't seen your music, man. So post the link to your beats in this BX thread, so niggas can check you out, man.
Yeah, cause very nice, man. I be checking you out, bro. You dope, bro.
You definitely got to keep this thing going right here, though.
Yo, man, hey, the beats, bro. We got a link on the beats, man. My little brother, he manages 21. So, you know what I'm saying? You got some fire.
I was looking at that bass in your background.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that bitch cold. I got a guitar, too. That's over on the other side of this little fake wall, man. But, yeah, man, that bitch cold. Yeah, niggas get down on the music and shit. I see niggas is still joining. Man, niggas gonna have to definitely do this shit again, bro. I think it's gonna be streamed on my YouTube, so if I can, I'm gonna repost it. But hey y'all, this shit coming to an end. These niggas that's joining, they get in. That's what they do though, man. Yeah, I had did this shit before, and like nobody joined, which was alright. But I don't think I had gave enough notice like I did today. When I posted that shit early today.
Yeah. I'll join up and talk whenever I'm free, man.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
With you.
Yeah, for sure.
I support. I try to support, man. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it again. I'm gonna come with some topic. Have a bunch of topics ready, and we can choose from and shit like that, man. You niggas enjoy the rest.
When you consider all of the other stuff that gets posted on there, like on BX, like
gay ass bullshit. niggas be posting gay at motherfucking Hassan Campbell I'm like, who the fuck is Hassan Campbell, bruh? Who the fuck is Hassan Campbell?
I've heard of these people off that website. I'll be like, yo, you right, Hassan Campbell. It's like they be waiting for this nigga's opinion. I'm like,
I don't get it either.
They be like, yo, Hassan Campbell thinks DMX died of old. Like, man, who the fuck asked Hassan Campbell, man? Charleston White, man.
And you be slightly invested in somebody you didn't even know existed a couple of days before that. That shit crazy.
They love doing that.
My biggest thing though is like with a lot of these people that get posted, like a lot of them don't even really be giving a fuck about hip hop like that for real anyway.
Yeah.
They don't. You're right.
Bro, if you look through the hip hop threads, man, it'd be more shit about the streets than it'd be about music, man. You know what I'm saying? It'd just be like, this nigga got popped. This nigga went to jail. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's
That shit is low key depressing, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It is. And the people who do that have a fascination with it because they never been there before.
For sure.
Man, let me,
you know what I'm saying? Like people who we don't want to talk about that shit. You've seen that shit. You don't want we don't talk about that amongst ourselves. Like, yo, that was the bad times. Like nobody and they post that shit and it's like a celebration. It's like it's the weirdest thing ever. I'm like, yo, y'all really want to sit around and talk about everything you claim is a problem?
Yeah.
And you so fascinated with
bro,
it.
let me tell you, bro. When my bro first came back from their first big tour, man, when they really met everybody and was doing all the Drake features and all that shit. And I asked that nigga, like, man, so how does it feel, like, man, to be in the rap game? And he was like, bro, real shit. This is my little brother talking to me. He was like, man, rap game. He's like, this shit's like the streets with money. He's like, it's just like this. He was like, we gotta move different. He was like, man, you know, we from Georgia, so we all got carry licenses, but like everybody gotta have the Glocks. It's not a fucking game. You can't get caught slipping. Somebody take your chain, and it ain't even about the robbery. It's about the pride of knowing that we got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I got your fucking chain. It's like a whole thing, bro. It's not even fun.
It's a bunch of swindlers. It's a bunch of people. You know, the funny thing about the music business is it's a bunch of people with money who doing their best to find ways to not pay you.
Oh, you know, yo, they said they're not gonna cut this meeting, so we can keep it going until niggas drop off, whatever. But it looks like it's
that's the crazy, and they swindlers, they hustlers, they tricksters. Like, man, you have horror stories when you be in this, when you've been through it. Like, it's some of the craziest shit you can imagine. Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know what the worst part of it is when you meet somebody that who shit you actually thought was dope, and you interact with them and do business with them.
And be like, they weak as hell.
You end up hating them. They weaker than a motherfucker.
You know who cool?
You know what I'm saying?
Big Crit. He a solid dude, bro. Big Crit was a real nigga, man. Ran into him a few times, but I know what you mean. Yeah, you finally meet a dude and you be like, bro, you a bitch. I can't even like your music no more, man.
Yeah. That's what happened. You be like, damn, I wish, you wish things like social media didn't exist so you didn't have to see how these people really were. You know what I mean? Like,
Kanye is a perfect example, bro. I think if we didn't know so much about him, I think maybe I'll still like his music, but I just know too much about him that I shouldn't know.
Who that? I ain't hear you when you said it. What'd you say?
I said Kanye. I think that's why I don't like his music. I just know too much about him that I just shouldn't know that I wouldn't know if it didn't have social media. You know what I'm saying? If it didn't exist.
Y'all fuck with Freddie Gibbs?
I do.
I
fuck with the music.
I do.
You know
so y'all been seeing them threads how people like, I can't even fuck with him no more because he be doing all this shit on social media and fucking with that DJ academic nigga and all that kind of shit. Honestly, man, I almost don't care no more what a musical artist that I like does. You know what I'm saying? Right. I get you. I can't interlace them two things because the nigga music still gonna be good. Ain't like I seen him out there doing no shit like Young Buck was doing. You know what I'm saying? It would never. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, they got into it with a man nigga and they went back and forth. The same with him and that Jay Versace shit. I don't know if y'all remember that shit, but
you know what? You actually right. You just changed my mind. Kanye music got whacked because if your music is hard, I'm a real one. I can't help but bob my head if it's a good song. Like even niggas in Chicago be bumping their ops
and going back and forth on Twitter.
Yeah,
this is one of the things that cats on Boxden don't seem to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Just because a nigga happen to be a street nigga, it doesn't mean that this dude has no idea or concept of what the internet is.
Thank you.
It's
Exactly.
2021.
Thank you.
Everybody got an iPhone or
Yeah.
whatever, a smartphone. You can be on the internet anywhere. Like niggas make it seem like you got to be in a basement somewhere.
Yeah. Look. No disrespect. No disrespect to the dead, but Little JoJo, right? In Chicago, right? All the niggas was Twitter beefing, but they was really beefing.
Crazy.
Like literally. You see what I'm saying? So it's not a game just because you see a nigga online don't mean he won't fucking pull that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Listen, yo, one of the ways the cartel has been hitting people for the past 5 years is they've been hacking the Twitter accounts of folks' family members. Like they'll hack your sister's account and tell you to come over for dinner.
oh,
You know what I'm saying?
That makes
These
sense,
are the
yeah.
most toughest gangster motherfuckers, some of the toughest motherfuckers in the world.
yeah.
And they computer hackers, and they're, you know, it's a crazy ass one I read where they one of the leaders of the cartel's son got injured in a car accident or some shit, and the doctor who performed surgery on the motherfucker let him die during the surgery. So the cartel took over the hospital, killed all the doctors and nurses who worked on this nigga in the surgery, went through the phone of one of the nurses and realized that she was like a person who was posted on Twitter and like Facebook and groups in Mexico that were anti-cartel. And so they started going on Facebook in her account and Twitter and telling them motherfuckers, let's have coffee. And niggas was getting off by thinking they was going to meet her.
Boy, if I ever got the cartel out for me, I'm just going, you know, all you can do is offer yourself up and be like, look, please don't spare my family.
So the idea that gangster motherfuckers is not on social media
It's a
is
joke,
crazy
man.
or
Yeah.
not capable. Like gangster motherfuckers, you have motherfuckers who can set up a whole network of commerce in the motherfucking whole state and have that shit running like clockwork. Like
Now, if you see
don't think
niggas
these
online
can
all
work an
day,
iPhone?
you know what I'm
You don't think they
saying?
can work an iPhone? Like,
Right. Like Kevin
back
Durant
to the thing
too.
about,
You see what I'm saying? Oh,
back to the
Clippers
thing
and
where
shit.
homie said he really don't care what his musicians you're a fan of do.
Yeah,
I just wanted to say, like,
Clippers.
I get that point of view, but the thing is, when we listen to these rappers on songs and they talking about how they are and da 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 da, and you flip open your phone and see he a sucker, then you listen to the song and be like, nigga, this ain't you. I need to listen to somebody who might be a little bit closer to this.
Right.
And like, I'm a big Freddie Gibbs fan, but I stopped following him on social media so I don't see that part, to be honest with y'all. Like,
Yo, so that's another thing. I don't have any social media.
I don't have social media.
Yeah. Okay, so you don't see it. Like,
I don't have it either.
like, bro, I used to fuck with back in the day when he did like the mood music shit. I used to fuck with a little bit of Joe Budden music, but like because of social media, I think this nigga is like one of the hugest suckers in hip hop.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
You know, I deleted all that shit, you know, and and I'm not fickle like that, but it's like, yo, I can never have a beer with this nigga and I'm supposed to listen to him for an hour. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to listen to him talk for 5 minutes at the bar. Why would I listen to him for an hour
You're
while
not
I'm
wrong.
driving somewhere to myself? You know what I mean?
Let me tell you something about Joe Budden. I hope he sees this. I hope Joe Budden sees this because he be feeling himself, and maybe y'all can vouch for him, right? He probably has some dope songs, but as a ATLian, a nigga who spent a lot of time in Oakland, I know that nigga for one fucking song, and it's Pump It Up.
That's it. And you know what? I try to listen to some other shit. I don't like that nigga voice, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
His music is definitely it's an acquired taste. It's kind of mid, but it's an acquired taste. And he used to be dope on mixtapes. I used to listen to a lot of mixtapes, like Clue tapes, da da da. He used to be good on those mixtapes with some of that stuff. And I don't know, man. Me
and my girl was just talking about this. Check this out. I'm gonna tell you what you talking about. And like, you remember like Michael Jackson, like when he was in his prime, famous in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, right? Like
Yeah.
You knew about Neverland, right? If you watched, like, if you got lucky, you saw an interview with something, and they might have showed you a couple glimpses of Neverland. But like in his daily life, you ain't really know what fucking Michael Jackson. You ain't know how much better off he was than you. You just thought like limo, right? Big house, right? You ain't really see in his day to day.
You didn't see.
And it gave you some mystery and it gave you some separation. So you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like you had just the music to go on and a couple interviews, but these niggas give you so much of their fucking life, bro. Like
It's too much, man.
it's too much, bro. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
With Mike, it was intentional though.
It was,
Right.
I had the Off the Wall, the documentary, the joint that Spike Lee produced.
Okay. What's the name of
It's
that?
right there. It's literally like Off the Wall. Like when they did the I can't remember what anniversary it was, but they
Okay.
had the package where it was the CD and the DVD.
Mhm.
So I bought it and I was watching it, and Mike was saying that he wanted to do that intentionally. He wanted to be magic. He was gonna stop doing interviews, all that shit, like, and just pop up and just be a great entertainer. That was it. Like that was his whole intention. He didn't want to do interviews.
And I mean, and look what it
He didn't need to.
and that's legendary. And even back then, the people who was like camera whores, you still didn't see they like Tupac like I'm rolling the blunt, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know who Ja Rule is for 20 plus years, and I don't know who his wife is, but I know who all these niggas is fucking cheating on, beating up, doing drugs with. Like I've known this nigga Ja Rule, who he not known him, but I've known who he is as a person who listens as a fan of music. I've known who he is for 20 years. I ain't never seen his wife. I've known. Remember how much of a violation it was when Wendy Williams revealed that shit about Method Man's wife back in the day, and like they was talking about he need to kill this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like now it's like.
And look at these simp ass niggas, superhead, bro. Back in the day, if it was like a jump off thought type of chick, man, you on the road, you was like, oh shit, yeah, pass that bitch to the next crew. Oh, Cash Money, y'all gotta meet this bitch. Now that bitch, they'll elevate her and make her famous, bro.
Yeah.
Instead of just passing it, they be like, yo, man, oh yeah, you a cool little stripper. Yeah, let me go ahead and write some bars for you, throw you, and now she bigger than he was. Throw him away. She move on to the next thing. And they be simps too, bro.
They made the hoes famous because Superhead was doing all that behind. You know, we found out when the book, like you found out when it started hitting the books and shit eventually, but like when it was happening, you didn't know. And now it's like the doc be there the first day, like she be there from the day the artist be there, like, and she's famous and she got 1 million followers, just like the rapper got 1 million followers, and then she started rapping. You know what I mean? Like,
in real time, like you said, ain't no incubation period. That's what it's right up.
Yeah, it's like right from the start, like.
And I'm gonna say, bro, my girl bad, bro. I ain't finna sit here and show. I ain't flashing no picture on this goddamn podcast, and she don't live with me. She not over here right now. My girl bad, bro. I look at all them chicks that be them famous fucking thoughts do not even be. They be chicks that I would smash. Don't get it wrong, but none of them be chicks that I would actually want to come over my house and hang with me, bro. Like on some real shit. None of them be no chicks that I would want to build nothing with. You know what I'm saying? Them chicks literally be like, oh, yeah.
Some of them look alright, man. So, alright, so I'm going to tell you the most.
I can't hear you, bro.
Young Thug, what's her name? Jerica?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a pretty girl, man. I wouldn't have never.
Not the looks, man. Not the look. It's just like the fucking
Nah, she stay down, too. She
package,
don't be
bro.
out there. How everybody else can kind of be out there, she don't even be there like that. So that was surprising to me, and she kind of surprised me. But that's kind of about it, though, man. All the other ones,
maybe
she stand out to me. I don't know why.
these Megan Thee Stallions. I'd be like, man, I would definitely knock it down, but then I'd be like, man, so, and then it's like, so what you doing? Okay, cool. But it ain't nothing like a real chick though, like who, yeah, you knock it down, but then like you don't mind like her coming around, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know what I'm saying? Or you trying to think of what y'all doing next. You don't mind being seen with her. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yo, you trying to go eat somewhere or something, you know what I'm saying? You gonna put something nice on? Whatever. You know.
I think what you're saying is like they don't have no personality. Nobody has personality when it comes to these, when you're seeing all these women. Like, where's the person? Nobody.
That's.
They look soulless because everybody looks the same. You know
Nigga
what I
said
mean?
soulless.
And interchangeable. You know what I mean?
It's like they go. It's like when you see. I be looking at the pictures niggas be posting, and they be like, "Yo, are they all going to the doctor and getting the number 4?" You know what I mean? Like, that's how it looks to me when I be looking at. Everybody ordered the number 4 on the menu, like, and it's no personality behind it. You know what I mean?
The number 4. It's funny.
And then
Man.
They all seem to be tossing the same few around.
Can I get the diaper booty?
The same few girls.
And then they start rapping. Like, once again, like, I be looking at you see female artists who, like, seem like they really into rapping and really being artists. Like, what's the chick's name? Rhapsody? I don't listen to her like that, but I feel like she wants to be an actual artist.
Right.
I listen to her like, but then you
what's
see
her name too? What's her name? 3D Nate. She another one.
Say that again.
She's fire. Now she's dope. She's dope.
What's her name?
And 3D Nate. 3D. She from New Orleans. She the one that got on Sway, I think it was, and freestyled in front of Kendrick for like 5 minutes and was killing that shit on there. And
Check out.
She's actually pretty dope because, like, I was looking at her, like, social media. She, like, build houses and shit. Like, she do everything. She's pretty, like she has.
The way you said that shit, I just had a mental picture of the bitch out there.
Pretty dope. Like, this shit is cool,
but girls won't support that.
They won't, like, where's just, like, the regular ass chicks who dope at making music?
Right.
They don't get the push. They don't get the push, so we don't ever see them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure somewhere it's a chick that's like 22 years old who just want to be a dope ass musician and ain't all that extra shit with it. Like, do they not? It's like they don't exist.
Yeah.
You know how you can find like 50 niggas who play a guitar, but you can't find like 50 chicks who just do music. Like,
Well, I actually feel bad for a little bit for the women because I feel like even if you do get that chick and she find some label find her, then they probably be like, trying to immediately sexualize her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Immediately be like, yeah, well, can we get you, out of that shirt, whatever?
Yeah. You're not marketable.
Perfect example. On a perfect example, you're making a great point. Summer Walker. Remember when she first came out and she was like, cause she from here. Remember when she first came out and she was like sitting in the chair playing the guitar, singing
just
some
some real chill
songs, and it was like, you know what I mean? And now it's like surgery. She had a few tattoos back then, but now it's like tattoos everywhere, surgery, colorful hair and shit. But when she first came out, it was like chick in a sweater and jeans on a stool playing the guitar. You know what I mean? And it just turned like, why did it have to become all this shit? The big ass fake plastic surgery that looked bad. Like, what happened? Who told you that looked good?
Because there's this big misconception that sex sells.
Thank you.
But that's not the case.
It's not.
There's nobody that's gonna go buy a Beyonce album because of what she looks like.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
You might buy a magazine or something like that, or like a poster or whatever. But as far as like the music, like hell no, like that shit don't really sell like that for real.
It don't.
Cause you sexy to the men. Men ain't running out to buy your shit cause you pretty, and the women buying it cause they like your songs.
That's why what's the name was so big. King Magazine. It's like, yo, you look good. We look at you in King Magazine.
Facts.
Like what's the name was a big cover when it came out. I remember the cover with Maya came out.
Ooh, I remember. That's a classic.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's a classic.
The good old days.
I don't know one dude that went and bought the album though. Like, yo, I gotta go cop this.
That's
You're
right.
absolutely right about sex not really selling because they all naked, and then Adele comes out and she's fat and she fucking sells like.
So I'll sell everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but everybody that's naked is not even selling like, 10-15% of what she's hit. What she sold like 27 million or some shit. That's like Thriller numbers.
And go look at like the female pioneers, like the MC Light, Queen Latifah, the Afro Puffs. What's the Lady of Rage? None of them chicks was like really bad.
Or even,
you know what I'm saying?
Even if you talk about singers like Patty.
Nah, MC Light is fine though. MC Light is fine.
Okay, I take
I
okay.
can't front.
But you feel me? You know what I'm saying? She wasn't no. So that's not my point. But she wasn't selling sex. You see what I'm saying?
No, she wasn't hypersexualized.
Nope, not at all.
But neither was the R&B singers. Like I never seen like. If we take it back old 80s, 90s, early 90s, I never seen Patti LaBelle's pussy lips. If you go to the mid 90s, I never seen.
Patti LaBelle is more like
70s.
But you got to think about it like this too. You got to think about it like this. When it came to the 90s, the artists of the 90s, they were still looking up to people.
Yeah.
When we got to like the 2010s and even like more so like this era, everybody's looking across.
Yeah.
What is he doing over here?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's doing this. We got to get popping like him.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what it's about.
You right. You are not wrong.
And they hate the old. They hate what came before.
But back in the days, cats used to look up to certain people, and
yeah.
I'll say this: like, materialism has always been around. Like, you look at the cover of Paid in Full, Eric B. and Rakim, them dudes is draped in Gucci. They got gold chains on, bracelets, rings, the whole nine. Slick Rick is wearing like Bally and Gucci and talking about his polo cologne, all this shit.
Facts.
Right?
Daddy Kane.
Same thing with Kane. Yo, Kane said, I got gold teeth and they don't chew beef. You know what I'm saying? This nigga was rocking gold teeth back then in like 87, 88.
Yep.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. People were looking at them like, yo, I want to be like this man because he's the man, because he has skills. And his skill is what affords him to have all this fly shit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. It's true.
And you know what? And we got to a point where then it became he's just cool because of all that fly shit, and I don't care about the skill, to where niggas feel comfortable saying on a microphone, on a deal, on a record label deal, I'm not a rapper.
You're not looking at how he got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His virtuosity is what got him where he got to. You know what I'm saying? The level he ascended to.
I'm not a rapper, nigga. I'm a trapper, nigga.
You stop having to be dope.
Yeah.
You just had to be, you know,
marketable.
But I'll even say this. I feel like rap is one of the things that's just so nuanced that there are just so many facets to dopeness. Like some of my favorite MCs are not super crazy lyrically.
No.
I like I'm a big fan of BUDDEN from Slum Village.
Okay.
A huge fan of BUDDEN from Slum Village.
Yeah.
A lot of times lyrically his shit is so. But the thing that's so ill about him to me is the pockets that he finds. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. They was hating on Rondo yesterday. Rondo from Chirac. That's in my hoop playlist. When I'm hooping, that nigga Rondo goes hard as fuck. He's not lyrical at all. Like, he's just screaming on the track, and that shit goes hard to me. It's one of my favorite artists. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you ain't got to be super lyrical.
I wouldn't even go as far as say that he's not lyrical, because, I think that lyrical is another one of those things where
you can play with it.
Look at what it means.
Right.
Yeah.
Go further on that.
I'll give you a perfect example. Like how we was talking about certain things being depressing, like the street shit, right? I think a lot of people don't really look at how real and how deep even a song like Hot Nigga was. Like Bobby Shmurda when it came out.
When it's really some gang shit.
Not just the fact that it's gang shit, but just think about one line that he said in particular. When the nigga said, I've been selling crack since like the 5th grade.
Yeah.
Just think about that and expound upon that. Like, yo, first off, you're in 5th grade, nigga, you're like 9, 10 years old. That's when you should just be playing with your friends. And
video games, whatever.
Nigga, you still making forks and, playing video games, doing stuff like that. So my thing is, like, how the hell does a 9, 10, maybe even 11-year-old even get access to crack? You know what I'm saying?
No, that's when you start, like, especially back in, I don't know, like, everybody age in here.
I was playing with guns.
But around, like, the 80s and stuff, that's when you start kind of seeing it, like, around, when you start being the age to pay attention to what people are doing around you. You know what I mean? When you get in, like, 4th, 5th grade, especially depending on where you grew up at, You
I
do
remember,
see those
man.
things, and when you start trying to learn and adapt to those things, especially back then, it's different now. Like they don't have like a crack epidemic now, and you can't see the effects of like this hand to hand, like what it's doing now. So
Literally
you do
on
see that
TikTok
stuff.
watching people cook.
But it's also drugs is also a party now. They turn drugs away from being this nefarious thing to now drugs is a party, right? Like
You're right.
Like
That's true. That's true.
when you think about drugs, when drugs, even like even if you had the most like my mother and father used to smoke weed, and when we was kids and shit in the 90s, they used to burn. And when you think about it, when you used to think about it back then, it was this nefarious thing, this taboo thing, and now it's like a party. Like niggas is talking about liquid heroin like on songs, like it's
Right.
that was the scourge. That was the scourge of society, and now it's like we seeing like celebrities we think are cool every day die from a fentanyl overdose on TV.
We went from like use a hustler homie, I'm a hustler homie, use a customer crony, like clowning you because you's a customer, to now it's like cool to be the customer. You know what I'm saying?
It's cool to be the customer. It's cool. It's a party to be the customer. It used to. You used to strive to be that nigga. Now it's like I'm happy just being the guy that's a zombie in the party dancing to this shit. Like, you know what I mean? That's what it is now. It's like everybody's happy to be a consumer.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that it turned into that, because like early 90s rap, when you saw people like Rakim and Big Daddy Kane, they had on the suits, they had on the big jackets, the chains. They look like bosses and shit. Then in the mid 90s, we had the real hip hop bosses starting to emerge with Birdman and Master P, Diddy. Like you started seeing real bosses, and I thought we would be on that trajectory to where like now the niggas would be labeled, and they are. Some of them are label owners, but like the people who are breaking new, it's like we happy to be workers again. It's like the cycle started over. You know what I'm saying? Like.
You saw that thread earlier where they was talking. I think it was the Summer Walker thread where they were talking about she's on a bad deal, 16 cents a dollar. I'm like, TLC already gave y'all this story, man. You going in circles, baby. You know what I'm saying?
More about the music industry than me.
The dumbest shit I thought she did was to let her nigga, like she's already a singer, signed on a deal, and then you let your dude, he gonna come on and produce, or he gonna take the publishing for being a producer. He had his tag on every fucking beat on that album.
He finessed that, didn't he?
He finessed the fuck, and so she talking about child support on social media, and he's like, shorty, you do realize like the child support he give you now, when that publishing come in 3 months, you giving it right back to him. You know what I mean? Like, like me and my wife was literally talking about this shit, like, cause she's a fan of it, and I do music, and I'm like, yo, he pulled it off, he finessed it, because the publishing, them songs when they get used in commercials, when they get sampled 10 years from now, he's not gonna get a check, he gonna get a check. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's on every song as a writer and a producer in the credits.
Is that a bad deal though? So all right, back in the 90s. That getting 13 points was like a big deal, right? 13 points. Wasn't that a big deal back in the 90s?
It depends on, I'm just saying just my point of view, but here's the thing, man. It's anybody getting their first deal, you take whatever, it's just like a rookie in the league. You take whatever first deal you get, and then you perform on that deal so you can negotiate a better deal next time as a free agent.
That's a myth. That's not how it works. With your first deal, you take the deal you can afford, because everybody that you saw sign that first deal, when they signed the first deal, they had some amount of money, and they and their team brought, and the label saw their worth for the product plus what they could bring to the table.
Okay. Speak on that.
So you
speak on that.
You got the deal. You get the deal that you can negotiate if you have negotiating and buying power for yourself. Like if you somebody who come to the table with, and you broke and you just got a flash in the face or whatever, but if you come to that motherfucker and you got, in 94, 95,
so I agree with you, but I still say so. I agree with you. You get the deal that you negotiate, but he's saying, do she got a bad deal? And I'm just saying that for anybody that's like an artist that's
a bad deal in 2021 if she gets 16 cents on the dollar.
But peep it, I'm just saying that it depends on your perspective of if you want a deal or not, because independent is the route where you can keep everything, right? But I'm just saying, like, if your perspective is, hey, I'm an artist and I just want to get a deal, then you might not have no negotiating power. You might take whatever deal you can get.
It's 2021 and she's getting 16 cents on the dollar, and the industry almost exploded when Eminem complained about getting about 10 or 15 cents on the dollar.
But what was she getting before she had her deal is what you got to compare it to. You can't compare it to a vacuum.
But we once again, the industry almost exploded when it came to contracts when Eminem complained about getting damn near the same amount on the dollar 20-something years ago. It's 2020.
But what was Eminem? But he had leverage.
See, that's the thing. So that's what I was saying. Like,
it's a bad deal because an artist on a major label in 2021 shouldn't be having 1999 problems, is what I'm saying.
But you just said like you get the deal you negotiate.
Because if she would have built her stock up higher before she went.
But hold on. She does have leverage because she's also a songwriter. So she's coming to it. When you offer her a deal, the way that deal is going to work, you got to offer her the deal as an artist and as a songwriter / publisher and producer.
What I'm saying is, if it's a bad deal, you don't sign it.
She has more leverage than your average artist that's getting put on a major label deal situation.
But if that's the case, then she wouldn't have signed that deal. But she clearly was in a position where that deal was in a better position than where she was at.
That deal because she's not the first person in the history of music to sign a bad deal.
Yeah.
100 years late with that. Okay, like she's not the first person to sign.
Bro.
It's customary. It's customary in the industry for black artists to get screwed. She's not.
She went in without a representation and somebody to talk to. That was a
finesse. She walked into a business deal with people who were smarter than her. That's why they say you never go in a business situation with somebody smarter than you.
Look, hold on.
Without having somebody smarter than you with you, excuse me. But she's not the first person. She's artist. She's the 5 millionth artist to get a bad deal. So, to say she has a bad deal is not an indictment on anybody. Like as far as like.
Hold on, look. Let me just make an example. Hold on. Let me take it away from this real quick. Let me take it away from her for a second. Hold on. Steph Curry.
Honestly, I think y'all are both making great points because on one hand, you're absolutely right as far as like the whole leverage thing, especially in this day and age, because back in the day, there used to be a lot more artist development where they would find somebody.
Yes.
They would say, like, this person has talent. I think we could work with them. But
Very
now
true.
in this day and age, a lot of times, what labels do is they step in once somebody is already popping.
Yes.
And they already have the data and the numbers behind them, the analytics that suggest, like, yo, okay, this person got X amount of followers, they got X amount of views, this, that, and the third. And then all they do is just take it to the next level. Whereas opposed to like however many years
store shelf.
Yeah, like however many years ago, you used to have people that used to actually get signed to an artist development deal where you might even just record like a demo or something like that. You might not even work on an album. It's
Correct.
Like, all right, we're going to see what we can do with you. Put a single out.
Yeah.
Does this do something? Then we'll invest more money. But then also what he's saying also makes sense too, because it's like, all right, we just trying to get in the game because this label has connections to this person, that person. We just want to use
We'll take 16 cents on the
just
dollar.
like Birdman said. You know what I'm saying? You might have to recontract the contract, boy. You know what I mean? Like, you get screwed on the first contract, but then when you come around and you be like, all right, look, this is what we did on the last album, on the last tour with the merch. If she signed to a 360 deal, this is what we did, and then boom. Now we trying to get a bigger piece of the pie.
Bruh, look, Steph Curry, just an example, rookie year. He made $2 million, right? When they offered him that money, at the same time, that was more money than he had ever been offered in his life at that point, right? But in his mind, he might have thought, I'm worth more than that. You know what I'm saying? But he took that deal because what option did he have, right? It was, okay, this is my way into the league. I can play my way into a better contract. His second deal, he got $44 million for 4 years, so it was $11 million per year. He probably thought, man, I'm worth more than that. Played his way into his deal. Now, you know what he make this year? He making $44 million this season. You had to play his way into a better deal because he didn't have no leverage when he got that first contract. His only leverage was, oh, you was good in college. Well, your leverage is we'll give you $2 million.
But here's where the music industry like differs a little bit. See, like when you're talking about the NBA, they have a CBA. Like
that's the problem. That's the real problem.
They have a union for players.
Facts.
There's no agency for artists.
There's no regulation of rules to artists. Yeah,
Facts.
It's like with a basketball player or football player or whatever, you sign a rookie deal, that's what they pay you because you're a rookie.
Yeah, you're right. It's that CBA that's the rap game needs, man.
Then you also have like once you have a certain amount of time, and they got like vet minimums. Like this is the minimum you could pay a vet.
You're right. That's what they missing.
In the rap game, you can have an executive that'll go in and negotiate with the artist and break him down and make him sign a deal for $50,000.
Yeah.
And then walk in the next office and negotiate with an artist and sign him for $1 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
facts. That's facts.
So this is something else you also gotta consider, right? Like this is something else that's not being said. You ever really just think about how the people who regularly complain about black deals are always black artists?
Yeah.
When you hear white artists complain about their music deal, their record deal, it's like a moment. It's like a holy shit occasion, right? Like when Taylor Swift went through it, it was like, holy shit! It's a mountain of like shit being moved about it. But with black artists, it's like, oh, there go another one. They don't even try this shit with white artists, and when they do, it's a fucking anomaly. But with a black artist, we're so used to it.
I agree with that.
Sitting here saying you gotta get screwed when you walk in the door.
Why y'all think that is though? Why y'all think
good question.
It's because the black entertainers don't consult with like the old guard to get them game, or do they just not trust them?
Well, one of the things we lack.
Because like in the industry, I'm sure she ran into somebody early on that was like, man, look, you need to talk to this dude.
But see, the thing is, in hip hop, when you run into so much gatekeeping, and one of the things we lack, man, and you see it even at your job right now. They stick together. White folks stick together in ways like when you had a job, when you had a good job. Don't the white grandfather? He used to work there. The white dad worked there. His son about to get hired. But when you see a nigga who got the good job, I'm the only one in my family that made it through school. I'm the only one in my family that made more than 25. He's the Luke Skywalker of the family when a nigga got a good job.
This nigga said Luke Skywalker.
When white folks got a good job, it's like what you hear white people say? I'm doing this shit my daddy did. My daddy, right? You see that shit and so we sit here and say about musicians, like when a black artist, we say you gotta get screwed when you get signed. Nobody ever said that about Katy Perry. Nobody.
Nah, man, but you know what, dude? Independent. That's everybody that gave you the blueprint at this point. It's kind of like you don't gotta take no deal.
But even to say that, you gotta go independent. Why we gotta say a nigga gotta do it on his own when
you ain't gotta, but
you ain't never been like, well, you gotta go independent.
You ain't gotta, but you got options, man.
But you know what though? I think that the answer to that also could be a little bit more nuanced too, because there's several factors that we got to take into consideration.
Hold on, let that man cook. Hold on, man. Hold on, let that man cook.
One of the things can be, one of the reasons can be that maybe they understand the long game, so to speak. So they're not as quick to complain, because I guarantee you it's not only black artists that are getting the same type of treatment as far as
I can believe
getting
that.
16 cents on the dollar or whatever.
I don't know. I think they just share information with them black people do. I don't think they would allow
That's what I'm getting at.
No, I'm saying I believe that could be a part of it.
What's going on, Wes P?
Another part of it can be the long game. Another part of it can be if Katy Perry was making 16 cents on the dollar, I'm pretty sure that's a lot different than
Summer Walker
making 16 cents on the dollar.
Right. Why?
You know what I'm saying?
Not because of race, but why?
Because of value. Katy Perry probably has way more fans.
But you know what else?
In the beginning, they didn't know how many fans.
Bigger demographic.
But you also right about that, because Katy Perry getting 16 on the dollar, but in her return, but they also investing $5 million into her while they invest in 1.5. Just an example, 1.5 or 800,000 into Summer Walker. You know, like Katy Perry is a perfect example, because that she had that album that came out around 2016 to 2017. Fam, if you go look at the singles on that album, it was making it into commercials. It was the intro. It was the shit they played before commercial on the NBA and sporting events.
Okay,
from like
true.
2016 to like 2019. But when a black artist drop an album, after like 2 months, niggas is like, where the next album at? And her album marinated for like 3 years, was getting licensed for shit for like 3.5 years. Like,
we do got that microwave culture.
When Bruno Mars dropped the last album, he another example of somebody that get that support. Like, when Bruno Mars dropped that last album, you heard them songs in Twix commercials and shit, Twix to Snickers commercials for like 2.5 years. And so if he getting 16 on the dollar, they pumping money into him for 2 or 3 years while he getting that. So he gonna continue to get that off that project for a longer time. Whereas Summer Walker, nigga, by January, by December, this album is gonna be like, it's not even gonna be talked about.
Just to piggyback over what you were saying, I just went on RIAA.com and looked at the gold and platinum, right? For Fireworks, right now that shit is currently at 12 times platinum.
Right.
Which is basically diamond and double platinum.
Correct.
And the shit went gold. The shit went gold in January of 2011.
Right.
It was double platinum by January of 2011. Then it went 3 times platinum by April of 2011. By November of 2011, it was 5 times platinum. Then 3 years later, the shit
That's
went
what I'm saying.
6 times platinum in June of 2014. It was 9 times platinum by June of 14. Then it hit diamond in October of 2015.
God damn.
Then the shit hit 11 times platinum in February of 2018. And just as recent of August 2020, that's when it was certified at 12 times platinum.
And the thing, and I know that song you're talking, I ain't never listened to this broad in my life, but I remember that song. They played that
Bro,
song.
that shit dropped in October of 2010.
And they played it in every TV show, movie, cause that's the label pushing it when they do
They
that. They're
milk that
licensing
shit.
it. They milking it. Black
That
artists
shit been
don't
out
get
for
that.
a whole decade, and that shit is literally gone at least platinum or double platinum every year since its release. The certification has just been going up another notch.
And so what you were saying, old business, you were saying that, you know, they might have put $5 million behind her and only 1.5 behind somebody like Summer Walker.
Cause they go, cause with a white artist, you cultivate the track, you cultivate the music over time. You market the music, license the music, you keep it alive. With the black artist, it's good for that. It's good for that month and a half, and then we quickly on to the next thing. Like, it's like fast food. Like, they push her song. Katy Perry is the perfect example because the shit is selling, no doubt. It's, like he said, but the idea that a label was pushing one song for a decade.
For a decade, bro.
For a decade, you ain't never
and
seen
so
a
this the other
rap
thing,
artist
too,
get a
like you were
song
saying.
pushed for a year. You know, like Drake ain't had a song pushed for like 2 years. He ain't had one single song. They be like, yo, when the next album? You know what I mean?
And you
Rihanna,
get believe too, like you were saying, Katy Perry, I'm sure she got all her residuals, she got all her publishing and whatever songwriter credits separate, and that's all divided up separately than that 16 cents she getting for just for making that.
That too. She probably.
That's what I'm about to say. She only getting 16 cents on the dollar, and that shit went 12 times platinum. Just think about how much money she's making, and that's just one song. I just looked at her catalog. She got another joint that went diamond. She got another one that went 9 times platinum. Another one that went 8 times.
Hey, yo.
Those are just the singles. That's
Quick math. On that one song that sold 12 million copies, and we don't even know her deal. We just assuming she got a shitty deal with $16 for our hypothetical.
She did have a shitty deal.
Right? Oh, we talking about Summer Walker. But let's say she was making 16 cents on the dollar, and that album sold 12 million copies, like you said. That would have meant it made 100. And let's just say that conservatively, the album sold for 10, or it sold for 10, or that would be albums with whatever. That's 120 million. Man, she would have made like $20 million just off that one record.
But you also, so that's the money off that